Hello everyone, Zodiac Jack here, and in light of the 600 plus subscribers, I'll be reading another erotic fanfiction, another Adventure Time one. This one's called 1,000 Years, and it's about Ice King and Marceline. Chapter 1, The Lonely. The darkness was at its peak, but it was losing to the moon's sharp silver glow. A figure sat motionless on a half-old broken rocking chair, staring out the window of his icy fortress at the unfrozen land to the west, where many caves hide many secrets. Dark thoughts swirled through the man's mind as a penguin came to nudge its beak and forehead against his dangling arm in an affectionate manner. The hand automatically began to stroke the bird's head as the thoughts began twisted images of the past. Some were recent, some were more than 2,000 years old, but the ones plaguing him most were roughly half of the latter's time. Horrible images of death and despair, drought and famine, war and disease. A steady drip could be heard as his dark thoughts were brewing, causing a full pain to glow, and the man grew restless. He tapped his bare foot restlessly, desperately trying to distract his mind away from the intense headache that had been plaguing him for days. He had confined himself to his home for weeks, and the pain had brought him to tears on multiple occasions, reducing him to a dangerous, raving lunatic. Some nights he would go on a tangent of screaming before passing out and waking up in a puddle of watery slush. The relentless throbbing made him painfully aware that it was intensely cold in the room, causing his neck muscles to tighten up and spasm randomly, which did not help his headache much. Usually the cold wouldn't bother him anyway, but today it made every test difficult and slow, making him feel his true age. He groaned and stood up, the tiger skin blanket falling from his lap as he wobbled towards the basement door. One hand steadily himself against the wall. His feet felt ungodly numb, and he worried about if he fumbled with the frozen latch, and carefully made his way deep inside the mountain, leaving the waterfowl behind to ponder its master's fate. Once he had gotten to the bottom, he came to a halt at the room he was looking for. He rested against an overturned wardrobe and glanced with blurred vision at the room's contents. Boxes stacked upon each other, beside bags of random junk from the past that were now useless and broken. Most of the items in this room were meant to be stored somewhere else, but ended up being abandoned there before making it to their intended resting place. His gaze came to a jagged hole that made up the doorway, once hidden by a fallen cabinet that would take him one more floor down to his desired destination. A dull, bluish glow was radiating from the doorway. His brows furrowed as the pounding became more intense. His legs found strength where there was none, but he forced himself to stand, beginning to walk on autopilot, descending the last of the stairs and coming into a rather large library. He sighed, resting for a moment. The room was rather large and filled from end to end with books from long ago. There were a few different desks with different items scattered atop them. One eye began to throb at the back of his socket, the pain pulsating over and over, causing his stomach to twist. I'm starting to feel pain from reading this. He saw one particular desk in the center of the room and went to it instinctively, finding the drawer open already. 2 white bottles with weathered and torn labels on them rested undisturbed, with layers of dust caked to the cork tops. The labels didn't matter, as the contents were not what they were once described to be. A loud creak from the moving drawer echoed throughout the large room and as he reached for the bottle. Its texture was a smooth and grainy plastic, a long since forgotten material. His fingers brushed away the years' worth of dust to the floor and wiped his hands off of his damp robe. The pain had gently subsided as he closed the drawer and opened the one below it, taking out a long, slightly angled rectally, dancing slowly in an empty room. Can the lonely take the place of you? I sing myself a quiet lullaby. Let you go and let the lonely end to take my heart again. Alright, I'm going to stop now because I'm getting tired. I'll pick back up soon.